right.
preparing to live stream the meeting.
Can I say a thing that you obviously know?
Yes.
But I think, Kristen, yeah. I think, yeah, seeing each other, even if you're like 20 minutes in, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's always like you can apologize and lose a fight. You can always just decide to see each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, also because we put music in it,
Yeah.
we'll never be able to monetize it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think it's a big problem for us, but uh,
Yeah, because YouTube will shut it down or whatever.
yeah, not shut it down, but they're like, you can't run ads or you can't. But there's ways around that. If it's just beginning and end, I feel like we can put out edited content that's like the best of in the middle, and then no
Yeah.
worries with that.
Monetize that shit.
Monetize it.
Monetize that shit. Monetize that shit.
All right, I'm gonna play some like unlistenable music, and then begin.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna straight up leave this meeting,
Okay.
and
Goodbye.
I'll watch you guys.
Thanks, Fred. Thank you.
Okay.
So should I turn? I'll turn off my camera.
Yeah, and then
Still here, just my camera's off.
Yes. Well, they should do swimmingly then. You're here. I'm here. Others are here. And all of us are here. To do a show.
To do a show. We have already gathered a suggestion from our engagement with our audience. Just so you are aware, we are in a unique time bubble. We are coming to you from the future. You are coming to us from the past, and we are meeting over the length of this show. For our proposal, we have reaped the harvest of your suggestions. Someone has given us the suggestion of a pile of wood and the smell of dampness.
It is still raining out there.
Yes?
It's just that it's really coming down.
Raining,
Yeah,
still.
still.
And so you've come inside.
If that's all right, I'll wait on out on the porch if that's what you prefer.
No, come in. Sit down. Put up your feet. There's nothing to do in the rain. I suppose you'll be wanting something warm to drink.
Oh, I mean, if you got one, I wouldn't want to put you out of a cocoa or anything else.
I was mad at you. I was mad at you, but I'm not mad anymore. We fight about the stupidest things.
I'll cop to that. I feel pretty stupid about most things.
It's just that I shouldn't have to ask you to do things 100 times before you decide to do them. I don't know. I don't want to be someone who nags you. That's not what I want. It's not what I want for either of us. But it doesn't matter. No matter how angry I get, you just come in here with your smile and it all goes away. So there, I've said my piece and I will get you something warm to drink.
Thank you.
What were you looking for?
No. I left something in here the last time I left.
What did you leave?
I'm trying to find a single piece of iron bent in a horseshoe shape with another piece of iron bent in another horseshoe shape wrapped around that, tied with a pin. It's a puzzle, a tavern puzzle. Maybe you've seen them. The one that I had, you have to twist and bend around and try and unlock itself. It's actually quite intellectually stimulating, but in a kind of mindless fidget kind of way.
You lost that?
I left it here.
I think I would notice a piece of iron bent in a horseshoe shape around another piece of iron bent in a horseshoe shape that's pinned together in the middle. Something like a tavern puzzle. The kind that you come across often when you are in the tavern, often. Here is something warm to drink.
Hey, thank you. This is nice. This is nice. Oh, this is really nice. Oh, that's really good. You changed something. Something's different in the recipe. I
It might not be what you're used to.
It's fine by me.
Thank you for tending to the wood, even though it was raining.
It's a little soggy, but it should keep. I mean, once it dries out, is all. You didn't have to let me in.
Of course not.
It is really bringing it down there. I came all the way down from one of the wood lots up past the service road, believe it or not, hauling the whole load just on my back. And it started pouring only when I first started coming back. And for a minute, I was thinking maybe I should not even bother. You know, I'll just drop the load and go. But
That's, well, the problem is, that you're so,
so what?
you're too charming for your own good. And I know that you are up to something, but I cannot figure out what it is.
Just looking for my tavern puzzle. I think I left it here.
Where else might it be? I'll help you look. I haven't seen the cat for a few days, and I know that you hate that cat.
I do not want to hear the cat's name.
Well, okay, I won't say the cat's name. I'm just telling you I haven't seen the cat for a few days, and I know that you hate that cat.
I hated the cat's name. The cat I had very little problem with. I hated the name of that cat.
Well, a cat has no regard for its own name
Yeah,
anyway.
but everyone who heard you calling for it did.
I think Butters is a perfectly lovely name for a cat, and I won't hear otherwise.
Butters. Don't you ever say that name to me again. Butters. Ugh!
What difference does it make to you what name a cat is called?
Butters?
Yes!
You would. You would. I can't. No, I'm going to be bigger. I'm going to show you. I've grown. I've changed. I don't have to be devastated that you would bring that name up in front of me.
It's all the same. Do you intend to stay the night here, or are you moving on?
I would appreciate if there is a space for me by the fire. There, I could stay or I could go.
Jack. It's no use pretending anymore. The police stopped by earlier this week, and I assured them that you would be back by. And Jack, at the time, it seemed perfectly reasonable to give them information and to tell them that you might be back here. And now I confess that I regret it. But they are going to come, and they will find you here. And I let them know that. And I'm sorry that I did. And I hope that you are not angry at me. Jack, they said that you are wanted for murder. I couldn't quite let that go.
You would if you had known. And I want to be real careful about my words here. Seeing how you and I are not married anymore, if they put you in a trial, you would have to speak against me. And so I want to be very careful with my words here. But you should know, murder is when you kill another person. And I don't think who I killed was a real person.
That's for the police to decide, I suppose.
But it doesn't have to be. I mean, the police don't decide. It's a jury of our peers that decide. And I have chosen to turn myself in. I'm going to make myself comfortable here until they arrive. And then, once I represent myself in a court of law, I think I'm going to charm my way out of this one.
You're gonna turn yourself in. You've already turned yourself in?
No, I'm waiting here for them to show up. Thank you for the opportunity. Sort of wish you had maybe checked in with old Jack before you did, but you don't have to. So, fine. Fine. Just please. Believe me when I say murder is the killing of a person. Who I killed was no person.
Well, Jack, it's none of my business anymore, you understand?
Well, it is. You're directly involved.
Don't involve me in this.
No, only because the person I killed is who I was in the past. I killed my past self and I've been charged with murder for it. And seeing how you knew my past self better than anyone else, I'm sorry for that.
Jack, I don't understand you. What you're talking about is ridiculous. It's not possible.
It's possible.
Jack, if what you're saying is true, that means that there are two of you in two separate timelines.
No. Not time. Just us here. Just us.
Well, then, I don't see what this business is all about.
I killed my past self. I met him on the road and I recognized him.
Jack, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I gutted my past self. You believe me?
I have no evidence that such a thing is possible. Jack, you've done a very lovely thing. You've chopped the wood even though it was raining. You've come inside and you've given me your smile, but once the police get here, you'll have to go and you'll have to fend for yourself. I have nothing more to say. Do you understand? I have nothing more to say.
All right then. All right. Let the police decide. You've so thankfully put my fate in their hands, I could at least have a chance to explain myself to you. Hey.
I'm just tired. Why? Why do you have to put me through this? You act like nothing is wrong. You're just gonna take being arrested like it's one other thing that'll just happen in the course of a day. You come in here like the cops aren't after you for murder, and then you tell me you've murdered no one. Like you dream up some fantasy about killing your past self. Jack, I can't believe you anymore. Every time I do, I get deeper and deeper into your fucking nightmare.
I'm gonna prove it to you. Because you're right that it makes absolutely no sense. But I met my past self on the road, and I cut him down. And the man you knew is dead. And the man you don't know is here in front of you.
Then you are a stranger, and you need to leave my house.
I'll respect that. I'll respect that. May I just ask that I wait outside for the police to apprehend me? If anything, I'm grateful. You've given me a lot of thought for how difficult this is for a lot of people to be able to accept. But I can prove it to you. If you let me.
Would you like something else to drink before you go outside?
Yeah. Thank you. Oh,
I'd rather you just tell me what you're looking for, and then I will give it to you.
okay. Here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just a tiny suspension of what you think is possible to allow me to explain what sounds like a lunatic's ravings. What do you think? Could you grant me that?
I can't promise you how much time you have left, but I'm here to listen. So please, tell me.
There were two of me. And I found myself in a particular state I had, and I'll admit this in front of you and any jury, I had been drinking. And I was out on the old loggers road, happy as a clam, thinking about you, thinking about everything I had done in the past. And then I saw this curious person wearing the same thing I was, way up ahead. And this was just past sunlight, out to the west. And I saw his silhouette first and recognized that is the gait of an asshole. Like I watched him walking and I thought, that guy walks like he's an asshole. And this bulb went off in my head and I was finally realized I'm looking at myself. But not me, myself. I was looking at myself maybe 10 years past. Younger with a more spry asshole gait. And so I hailed you. Hey, yo, me. And I turned and looked. And that's when I recognized that's me. I was like, what? That is me. And so I stopped and I talked to myself. I stopped and I talked to myself.
It's not possible. It's not possible that there are two of you.
I talked to myself.
What happened to my husband, and who are you?
I was never married to you. And that man, he certainly was. Now, as soon as the police will get here, I'm going to be out of your hair forever, but I thought I might just stop by, drop you off of fresh, although slightly soggy, said it would, and be on my way.
Please. Just tell me where Jack is.
I can prove to you that what I say is true. He, in his dying words, told me something only you and he would know.
Of course you will know that. You are him. And if you are not him, then there is no way that you could know that. I cannot accept a third option.
No, you're right. This happened. You're right. You think I'm him. So of course anything he would know would just have traveled up into my mind. And that is what I'm trying to make a, how do I prove we're not the same? But we are actually different. A different heartbeat, a different, I mean, identical in every way, like as if twins. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Help me at least with this. How could I possibly prove this to you? There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to convince you. You might as well take my side for a moment.
Show me his body. The body of the man you killed.
He's outside.
Bring him in. Jack. 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 I... Jack. Jack. What? Jack.
Satisfied?
Who are you?
I just made a clean cut, okay? You have to kill your past self if you want to amount to anything. If you want to get everything he did died with him.
Can you go back? Can you go back to the moment where you killed him?
I mean, I'll recall it for you freshly if you'd like.
No, I mean travel back there. How did you two meet? How did it happen? What were you doing? Where were you? What happened?
Just
What was the
listening.
weather like? Was it raining? What time of day was it? What was he doing when you saw him?
It was on the old loggers road. And I admit I had been drinking.
So you don't remember.
I remember exactly. I saw the silhouette and I recognized my old young self. And I spoke to him. He spoke to me. And he told me something only he and you would know. And I cut him down. I cut him down because I couldn't live with him. I'm sorry. I don't think he was a person. And I don't think this was a murder.
Well, I guess the best I can do is to let you explain that to the authorities when they get here.
Okay. Would you like to know what he told me?
Yes.
He said he'd always loved you. And that he was afraid of how much.
Well, Jack was a liar.
Yes, he was.